and distant smoke. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have another Signatory Vintage bottling. This time it's a Clynelish from the Northern Highlands, and it's unchill filtered, uncolored, and a mixture of two casks from the same distillery, so still a single malt whiskey, but no longer a single cask whiskey, a big cask whiskey. The casks itself were Hogsheads, so a little bigger than the typical American standard barrels. And those two casks resulted in 739 bottles, and this one is 283. The cask numbers had been 12,373 and 374. That means that the independent bottler bought a sequence of casks, probably half a lorry load or a full lorry load, and then Signatory Vintage had the time to lay those casks to rest and to mature. In our days, a lot of whiskies are bottled, well, just after the minimum maturing age of 3 years and a day, and this one is 16 years old, distilled on October 29th, 1997, and bottled on January 16th, 2014. Oh, 2014, we're now right, December 2015. Is this a leftover? Is that not good? Well, this one are 739 bottles, and for a Clynelish, it's quite difficult to sell a lot of whiskies in the market because Clynelish is not that popular. Clynelish is a distillery for, well, the blended whiskey industry inside the Diageo corporation. And there is an official bottling of Clynelish. Well, good. But I think they discontinued the distiller's edition range bottling from Clynelish. So Clynelish is not that popular, and this is the reason for that is it's a coastal distillery, and it's not that smooth and mellow as a Speyside whiskey is, but it's not as intense as an Islay whiskey is. So it's in between, and it's probably the dead middle, as always. There are two competing bottles from the same bottler, from Signatory Vintage, on the market. There's a 43% on the market with a two-colored tube. The bottom, the copper color, and top the sand color. And there is a decanter with a wonderful glassware. And both have 43% ABV, and this one has 46. So the specialists will take this one, and the more commodity connoisseurs, they will ask for the other ones. It's not that expensive. It's 50 euros for a 17 or 16 years old whiskey. It's not too expensive. There are a lot more whiskies out on the market with less of age and more and a higher pricing. So and distant smoke, an aromatic smokiness, fruity, vanilla from the casks, going over into citrus fruits, and the Northern Highlands are renowned for its citrus fruity whiskies, and the Clynelish is no extra. It's in this case quite mainstream, but the faint smokiness this is, well, different to the other Northern Highland whiskies. And I think they added this light smokiness because this whiskey brings more intensity into the blended whiskies it is most often used for. Yeah. Mouth-filling, intense, mouth-watering, yes. Spiciness from the oak cask, but no bitterness. It's still very pleasant in my mouth. And there is some weird taste of the seashore. Butane, probably. Algae. So this one is very complex, very intense, a lot more intense than the Speyside whiskies, but it's not that intense as an Islay whiskey. So it's just in between. And well, if you're used to Speyside whiskies and you prefer Speyside whiskies, this is a no-go because it has some, well, additional aroma in it. And if you're used to Islay whiskies and always find the Speyside whiskies too smooth and too weak, then this one is, well, quite a Speysider. So it's just in between, and it's a coastal whiskey, as people typically say, but quite a complex one. And the smoke is fading away, and there's more complexity coming up. Yeah. Quite a rewarding whiskey with more power, more intensity, more complexity than most of the other whiskies from the Highland. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. There's more to come, and feel free to share your meanings, thoughts, knowledge about these whiskies on our forum and in our vlog on Whisky.com.